it's important for us to make that differentiate between women and the feminine and men and the masculine, because I think we're talking at a very high level. Excuse me. We're talking at a very high level here, at an archetypal level of the inner feminine and the inner masculine that all of us have, and that even for men has been so suppressed and repressed, and there's a resurgence of that feminine power coming for all of us, of that earth energy, of that Pachamama power and beauty, and that is challenging all of the structures of the West that are founded on the masculine myth, like medicine. Medicine is founded on the masculine myth of aggression, of conquest, of the crusade against heart disease, the battle against cancer, the race for the cure. Antibiotics come and destroy invading microorganisms, hostile, confrontative. There's a new medicine emerging that's collaborative, supportive of the body, that says, wait a minute, symptoms are the best way that the body knows how to deal with this condition. Instead of attacking the symptom, you are able to support the body in its healing processes. And this is the feminine way. It says we're not going to go and defeat those microorganisms or eradicate that cancer. Let's come up with a new model, a social model. Medicine, we have socialized medicine in America. It's called the emergency room. It's the most expensive kind of medicine that you can have, because we want to not offer healing to all of the people. In the United States, there are 20 million children that go hungry every day. These are acts of terrorism that we're committing against our own children. And all of these ways of thinking that justify having children go hungry in the wealthiest country in the world, having restricted medical care, not attending to our old people, these are crumbling, they're falling apart. And we want to invite all of the women and all of the men to come and be the midwives of and the birth givers of these new models, to take our power and make it manifest in our homes, in our schools, in our societies, to really own our feminine medicine, our earth and medicine, because our mother wants us to be well, and she's there to work with us, to support us. Once we reestablish that umbilical cord with her that has never left us, really.
We have a word, well, we have, I don't know if it's a word, Chitama is what it's called, and it means humanity's crier. And basically it's being an empath, but the elders have said this is how Earth is now communicating with all of us. We have all these physical symptoms that are going on, and the emotional stuff, and it is all, so much of it is just that we are connected, and we're receiving all this input from Mama and from everybody else, and we just do not know how. We do not know the translations.
Yeah.
We do not, so we take it all on that there's something wrong with ourselves, and yet in the old days, our elders would sit and they would look at, okay, they would go, my grandpa would go stay with a family for a week to decide what was wrong with this one person, because he knew it was not this one person, it was everything around that person.
It was the whole system.
It was all out of balance, and so the whole thing would have to be addressed, including how do you spend time with your mother, your true mother. And one of the things that has come to me that I have noticed is that far, far too many people base their relationship, when we call her mother, on their physical relationships, on their experience with their true mothers, their blood mothers. I don't want to say true mothers, because this is the true mother of us all. And yet, if we look at them, they had their growing experiences that they had to receive as well. So you cannot go to a human for that unconditional like you can Mama Earth.
In the Inca traditions, they say when you get to be around 13 or 14, you go through a rite of passage where you claim Mother Earth as your one true mother that will never leave you.
Yes.
And the heavens, the sun, as your father who will always be constant. And then you can set your physical mother and father free so you don't turn them into dysfunctional parents.
Yeah.
Because they can only be friends to you after that.
Yes.
But you're never bereft of a mother. You're never motherless again.
Right. We, when I came of age, I had the 20-day na'is. Some people call it the sunrise ceremony, but it actually, literal translation is coming out, where there was 4 days of counseling with my godmother and with my singer who was the head medicine man. And then there was 4-day vision class, and then 4 days of dancing and celebration and enactments of the 4 stages of life. And during that 4 days, it's really interesting because what happens in the evening after all the dancing has occurred is that you go into the sacred lodge and you are supposed to be Earth Mama. You know, from all your visions and all these things that you've received, and people will come to you and they'll kneel before you, and you are to either channel for them or put your hands on them and bless them, but you really get more of that sense of being her and opening that ability. And then you have 4 days of more counseling and stuff before you go out into the world. But it's yes, very important. Rites of passage, I think, are extremely important for relating to the sacred parents.
You know, if I may share from the Lakota tradition, White Buffalo Calf Pipe Woman brought us a wonderful, she brought 7 rites, and one of those rites is named the lovely name, Her Alone We Sing Over. So when a woman comes into her, when a girl comes into her womanhood, into her bleeding, into the, you know, where she has the ability to produce life, to continue the tribe, everything stops. She has been prepared and has beautiful clothes and all of that kind of thing. And there are many things that take place, but the honoring of the people, they're going, this is magic.
Yes.
And touching her, just touching her is a blessing. And so she gets to be honored during that day, and the people, just as you were saying, the people get to be blessed by the magic, the alchemy of that awakening woman, creation, awakening in the human form and being expressed. And what a lovely thing to offer young women that they are not being offered now. And I certainly think that's some of the kind of things we can do as grandmothers, is encourage that kind of rite of passage to help these young women know how to walk in the world in a good way.